Just give me a minute. I share my screen. Then I'm going to invite Bobby. Then we will be ready to attack. This, and off to the races. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to do something for you guys today. I'm going to max enter. Well, I'm going to enter a bunch of lineups in the in FanDuel, and I want to just show you exactly my process, how I'm doing that, and we will, have time to go over the plays and all that. But I don't know. I think you like to see how I do that. If you don't, then I apologize. But that's what I'm doing now, so that's what's going to happen. So let me. What am I going to do? Should I just start? Yeah, I'm just going to start doing this. So I have uploaded all of the updated projections and the ownership, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to upload those to SaberSim and have it build it. So what I have, just so you know, I pre-reserved, I have 80 entries in the $4 and then 8 entries, I believe, in the Slam. So I'm going to build lineups for both contests using SaberSim, using my sheets, which I put up on the site. Now, again, if you guys here, if you're not premium members, you got to, subscribe to get those. But most of you people here have access to this. So in any case, so what I'm going to do is first within SaberSim, I'm going to hit upload data, and then we're going to this is where I save it. You guys could save it. You guys can actually download directly from TrueDFS. I probably should have done it that way, but in any case, so I click all other projections to 0, and now all of their projections and ownerships have been replaced with mine. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to start by building 150 lineups. And then I'm going to reduce it to 80. And I want to see what I get when I set the sliders to have kind of a high upside with some ownership fade and things like that. It looks like it's kind of slow going right now. And while this is happening, I guess I'll just let Bobby in. I'll just let Bobby into the chat. So what I'm doing now, Bobby, is I'm playing like 80 entries in the FanDuel $4.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so I'm trying to multi-enter here. Let me just see. What are your while I'm doing that, you want to give your overall thoughts on what you're doing here?
Well, one thing is I'd like for clarification on what Texas's lineup actually is. FanDuel and DraftKings have DJ Peters, Jason Martin playing and batting cleanup, and DJ Peters not playing, and it's a minimum cost. Both of them I like. I just would like to know who I'm actually playing.
I think that's not an unreasonable request, right?
Yeah, it feels fair.
Well, aside from DraftKings and FanDuel, does the let's see if we can't get some confirmation. So what we need is confirmation on the Rangers lineup.
Well, now I've got to make a bunch of Indian edits, so I might be a little distracted. Then I probably have to go in 30 minutes. So to get this stuff figured out, but I want to make sure it's the Rangers. Well, now the Indians lineup is totally different too, so I'm gonna have to make a bunch of changes. Right. But the Rangers lineup is something we would love to figure out.
Well, let me see if I can with all my different Discord channels.
Okay.
See if I can't find something. These guys are probably pretty good. Let me see.
We should have known. I mean, you know to expect this on Thursdays. It's just annoying that teams are releasing their lineup an hour before lock, because it make it kind of a scramble coming on the air. And I'm not like, it does change little bits of what I want to do, but mostly it's just I need to get these players out, and it's very distracting.
DK says Pete has Peters out, but looks like he's starting. Weird that DK shows Martin batting cleanup. Official MLB.com lineup page shows Peters.
Yeah,
Not
and
sure if it makes much difference. Okay.
I went through all of that stuff already, actually.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just. Okay.
No, I know what you're saying. I appreciate it. I'm just telling you that that's what's crazy is that it's counter. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me what's happening. I'd like to know.
Let me go into.
And it happens to be very relevant for my builds, which is.
Oh, it's very relevant for sure. Let me just see. Let's take a look. Carrasco, Oakland Rams, Cleveland, Texas. Mario West, no. Tack earlier, Stroh, Garcia. Yeah, I don't have any full confirmation on that right now. We should obviously stay on top of that. Let me just see what I have here when I build like 80 lineups. I end up with a whole bunch of pitching, of which Scherzer is the highest owned, which makes a lot of sense. Stack types, 4-3s, 4-2s, 4-2s, 4-4s. Looks like the Red Sox are the highest owned, which certainly makes sense. Getting a decent amount of Philly. Do you like them at all?
Yeah, that's what I ended up. I was high on it earlier. I'm a little frustrated because I think there's more ownership now, and we don't have Rhys Hoskins in the lineup, so there are two things that are making me like it a little bit less.
Okay.
But I still like it. Long
Okay.
story short. Let's see if I can do one swap here. Miller. Oh, for Chang. Boy, Yu Chang, what does he have to do to get in the lineup, man? The guy hits home runs in back-to-back days. Doesn't even make the lineup.
Yeah, what is that?
What the hell? I don't understand. I understand the resting of like players and the regulars and all that stuff and how it works. And we want to try our young guys out and all that stuff. But like, this is the time where you're supposed to give this guy a shot. Like, let him cook.
Yeah, it sounds right to me.
And they did the opposite with Hedges. They're letting Hedges catch again tonight over Ramos. I mean, the one thing is I like Cleveland a lot. The problem I'm having is I think that unless they're up by a bunch, there's definitely some pinch hit risk there. Like, this is a lineup that I could see guys subbing in for other guys quite a few places. So it's not quite as desirable as I'd like it, I guess. Also, we had the pitching change in Philly.
Yes, Eflin is out, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Eflin's out and Matt Moore. And Matt Moore has pitched actually pretty well. He's looked a little bit like, as you would say, he's looked like he's had some tricks. But he is not – I mean, you have some bats now on the Arizona side that make a little more sense. I'm
getting to some Ahmed. Yeah,
what's he batting tonight?
He must be batting okay.
Yeah, leading off. Yeah, that makes a ton of sense at his price range, leading off. I actually think like he's pretty good at his numbers against lefties. I'll stand by them. He's good against lefties, but he's just not good in general. He doesn't have a ton of power. But I don't mind like a little bit of if people want to get a little mini Arizona, certainly get behind that.
Molly.
I'm starting to really fade for sale more and more.
Molly, is mommy home already? No.
I'm going to explain my Chris Sale thoughts because I think it's important. I think it's what we talk about in DFS, like how do you find Sheets has obviously got something going on. But how do you find like when there's good examples of when you should fade someone and all this stuff? Like Chris Sale is going to be really popular, and in my opinion, is in a high variance spot.
I'll be back in a few minutes. Sorry.
I still think there's some. I think he's a great play, and I don't love the other guys, but I think it's a high variance spot that should be treated as such at high ownership. I still probably leave him and Scherzer because it's so easy to do with the lineups I like in my main one. But I don't know. I don't know if I want to have a ton of Chris Sale exposure. I will be below the field separate from that. I will not play Chris Sale on FanDuel. And you could say with high variance and low ownership over there, maybe that flips it. So maybe you could actually play him. But I just don't see the reason to right now. And honestly, I would love to find some information out about this Texas situation, because if we don't we need to know about this. This is a big deal. So that's where I'm at for that whole thing. I'm also really heavily on Corbin. I don't really care what anybody cares to say about it. I think he's a tremendous GPP play, and I think he's going to have ownership now because I think people are not dumb. And if you're going to talk about, like, I like it. I came on to some Hernandez because of Washington's lineup, but I really think that, you know, there is an argument for Corbin here. And yeah, that's where I'm at. I don't know if these ownerships are right, but I don't mind if he's going to be 5% owned. I'll do what I did with, you know, to some success and some lack of success. You could say however you want. I'll do the same thing I did with what's his name last night. Obviously a much better pitcher, Castillo. So I'm in the middle of subbing out my lineups, and Sheets is gone. So sorry, guys, not the most ideal show maybe for you at the moment, but this is where we're at. So let's get a little Christian Walker. He's another cheap guy I don't mind going down to on DraftKings now at 2,600 at first base. I do think that it's interesting that Lowe is going to be probably somewhat ignored. Wasn't supposed to be in the lineup against lefty, but he's been hitting the ball better at the 5-for-5 game the other night. Looks finally seeing the ball well. So I definitely like a little bit of Lowe. I also like some of the bats against Chris Sale. I like specifically, I really like Donaldson at his price. I mentioned him in my video. And since then I've heard a lot of other people talking about him. So apparently I'm not the only one, but yeah, I like Donaldson.
Okay. I'm back. Sorry about that.
No worries.
So you were talking about Chris Sale when I left?
Yeah. I like him.
You do like him?
I know. I like him fine. I think he's fine. He's in my main lineup on DraftKings right now. I'm not sure if I'll play him in any other lineup.
Can I tell you who I'm playing my main lineup?
Go for it.
On DraftKings?
Patrick Corbin.
I'm playing two pitchers. Neither of them are Max Scherzer, and neither of them are Chris Sale.
It's Pat Corbin, and my guess is you're not going to do it with Hernandez, so you might be using Gallen.
Pretty close. I'm playing Corbin, and I'm playing Kikuchi.
Okay. Kikuchi's the one guy I didn't get a ton of exposure to today, to be honest with you. I've got some, but I don't love this matchup in general for him, but I do think he's a better pitcher than his price tag. So,
and I'll say this: I really hope that a lot of people play Hernandez because I have Soto in my main lineup. So there we go.
You hope a lot of people play
Hernandez because I have Juan Soto in my main lineup. So there you go.
I like Juan Soto, man. I think that's a really smart play. I just won't see people doing it at all tonight. And, you know, as we've established many times, he's as good as there is, you know.
And not that I need it to be any more different, but I'm also leaving 1,000 on the table.
That's interesting. Don't find that this is
LFG.
It's a smaller tournament, so I'm a little surprised that you were going that route personally.
Yeah.
And do we have any clarification? Go ahead.
Yeah, the one thing I could do, I could probably upgrade at second base. Is there anybody really good at second base, like 3,900? Nobody that great.
Well, let's figure something out. What's happening with this Texas lineup? Because this is an important thing.
Right.
Do we have any way of, like, is there anybody out there? I meant, like, let me look in chat and see if anybody's got it.
Yeah, I mean, if I weren't so goddamn lazy, I would go to the Discord and figure it out. All right, let's do this.
No, the Texas lineup is out. It's conflicting with DraftKings and FanDuel, by the way. Both have Jason Martin, who I'm happy to play at 2K. But I'm going
to go to Texas Rangers freaking Twitter feed. How about that?
How about that? Look at that. That's a good guy right there.
That can't be bad, right?
No.
Texas Rangers.
Well, I don't know because they might have not updated it if there was a scratch that somehow didn't.
Rubber game in Cleveland. It says Kiner Falefa, Ibanez, Garcia, Peters, Lowe, Trevino, Solak, Tavares.
They've got Peters there too. What the hell?
Duro at third base. And Lyles.
I mean, I don't know what the hell to do, to be honest with you. I'm totally lost. Totally.
No. We're going to figure this out. So you're saying that who has not Peters? Which side is?
DraftKings and FanDuel.
Well, let's take a look at and let's search.
I'm
Twitter.
sure there's one Twitter somewhere. Yeah.
DJ Peters.
But I did a little bit of yeah, it is out. We just said this, Michael. We know, but it's saying different things on different conflicting sites.
Oh, there it is. So Blake Snell, Evan P. Grant. Is Jason Martin or DJ Peters starting tonight? Seeing two different lineups out.
I had this happen with DraftKings, and to be honest, the refund shouldn't have been enough because I ended up finishing fifth in the Monster.
Hold on. Someone's messaging FanDuel. DJ Peters is an outfielder for Texas, and he is starting. But you do not have him as a starter. He is batting cleanup.
Well, I don't know if it would make a little sense. Martin hit a home run last night. Like maybe there's something that.
And then hold on. And then I have from lineup star MLB DFS. It says Peters isn't in the lineup Thursday. Peters will be out of the lineup. This is an hour ago.
Yep.
And then RotoWire says DJ Peters day off Thursday.
Feels like a COVID thing to me, but we'll see. I mean, it could just be that Martin's hot, but there's other guys that could have played instead. But I just am trying to understand the hot. I guess he hit a home run yesterday.
Well, I just try to understand the information flow.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to figure out what to do with my lineups here. The good thing is I don't think this is. I mean, honestly, with the way I'm building today, it will actually make and break a lot of my lineups. I would prefer Peters. But I actually like Martin too. Like there's definitely I think he's a better player. I just think that Peters starting to see the ball well. I swear this guy was just getting so unlucky for 20 consecutive at bats, which was very frustrating to watch.
Peters. Sharpstown likes Peters. Let me go to run here. Let's see. I'm doing this work. So hold on.
Guys, drop in any thoughts or questions. I just don't know what to do. But
no. I'm gonna. It's going to be my.
I'll just quickly tell my story. My Omar Narvaez versus Manny Pena. Narvaez announced in, Pena out. DraftKings sent the alert. You know how they do that? Those ones release them after. And then they used to be able to, when you could plug your lineups in, they would say that. Anyway, so then I switch my catchers and I make one other pivot or something. And I still ended up, the pivot it wouldn't have mattered. My original guy had the same exact score, I think it was, or right within a couple points. But I finished fifth in the big one. And DraftKings didn't have an answer for me why they had him scratched out of the lineup. And he was showing he's not playing. And if he's in the lineup, I win the tournament. It's just frustrating. That was a really, really, really tough one. It was for 50K. It wasn't for 100K at least. What's up, Brody? Just trying to figure out what to do. Guys, got some good golf lineups that are probably worth talking about at some point. But
you got Sam Burns?
Of course. 35%.
Got him.
35% Sam Burns, 35% of Rahm, which is and then I have a ton of Rory and JT who's starting to fall apart a little bit. But
I like that, huh?
Yeah, so it's a pretty good start. The what's getting me though is the Homa. And then Kazire, who started off all guns blazing, and then bogeyed 3 holes in a row.
I guess my best leverage, I have 30% Grillo.
I ended up getting onto Grillo a little bit too.
Yeah, Henley's disappointing me.
Munoz has been great as well. Sorry.
Yeah, Henley's been disappointing me.
All right, I'll take the L on that one.
No, it's 4 rounds, man. It's 4 rounds, no cut.
I know.
And dude, I thought, and I did get to some Aaron Wise, like a lot of people did actually. He's 15% owned in the big one.
Yeah, I got to about 25% of him as well. So that was good. But the problem was I was playing down, doing that double pay down everywhere. So it kind of forced me into either building up. And in my main lineup, I went with Usti, unfortunately.
Dude, you were on it, man. You were saying why we should be playing Answer when he's low owned. That was a good call.
I did, and I got to 20% Answer. So
that's good. That's why.
Yeah. It's weird, isn't it? I mean, honestly, Sheets, the entire time we've talked about golf, I don't remember Answer ever being low owned, especially when there's this few players.
Yeah, he was always guy. Remember, I would go over my stuff like Answer looks like one of my top plays, but he's really high owned, so be careful.
Yeah, exactly. I remember. So now we've got DJ Peters back in the lineup on both sides, and Jason Martin out. Okay, well that does change things again for me. I had a nice 2v2 pivot with my Yu Chang to Owen Miller and to Martin. Now I can't spend the right amount of money. Yikes. But they're saying he's out. It's day off on their site. I mean, we need this is crazy.
We totally.
I literally have like 40% of this, and I have them combined.
So incidentally, by the way, I didn't want to mislead anybody. So although I have no Scherzer in my main lineup, I have 65% of them total.
So yeah, we went a little different with our thinking. My thinking for the big one was, okay, if I'm going to play my Sale, that's where I'll play my Sale. You know what I mean?
Oh, I don't mean Sale. I'm hopelessly underweight on Sale.
No, me too. That's what I have him everywhere. I have nowhere else. But I am playing him and Scherzer in my main lineup just because I really like the pricing
right.
of these. But part of what I love is the pricing of these Texas and Cleveland guys. So I'm now having to try and figure out how to get that done. This guy Johnson's got some pop, by the way, for Cleveland batting seventh. Just keep that in mind. There's some talent on this Cleveland roster. It's just they're young. Catchers on DK. Yeah, we can talk about that.
Yeah.
I have a lot of Trevino because I have a lot of mini Texas stacks. A lot of Vasquez because he's batting sixth for the team that I hate to like as much as I do. I have a lot of Real Muto. I'm getting on to some Carson Kelly. This is in order. And then my other one is Ryan Jeffers.
Yeah, my top ranked guy is Ryan Jeffers. And then Vasquez, as you mentioned. Boy, I'm showing Vasquez getting 15% ownership. Oh, because of Red Sox in general. Carson Kelly. Yeah, I got that, some of that. And also the guy from Seattle, Cal Raleigh, I like.
Yeah, for sure. I am a little bit higher on Brad Keller, by the way.
Okay.
I actually think like 20 fantasy points is like really, really, really doable. And he's got a 5K prop. He's 5,200, and not that we necessarily need it, but I mean, 20. Give me 20 fantasy points. Give me 17, and I'll probably be okay tonight. Because even if I think Scherzer and Sale are better than everybody else, I don't look at the rest of these guys other than oddly enough Corbin, who can put together like a monster outing. The other guy, by the way, and you're not going to like this, is Carrasco.
I have a little.
I like him on FanDuel a little bit.
I have a little there, yeah.
Yeah. I actually considered making him one of my guys, I guess. And yeah, a little mini stack of what's it called? Doesn't feel wrong. The obvious team, the obvious against Sale, mini stack of Minnesota.
Who do you like at shortstop? Boy, Donaldson's so cheap. Donaldson, Ramirez. No, that's third base. Sorry. Shortstop. Let me see who I like at shortstop.
I got some weird ones for you. I really like Javi. I haven't heard one person mention his name. Ahmed Rosario is by far my highest owned shortstop because I'm playing a lot of Cleveland. I like Didi a lot. Those are the majority, and I where I'm not playing Scherzer, I have no problem overpaying for Tatis. Like you said, there is money to spend today, so let's spend it. So hopefully we can get an update on what's happening here with these lineups. Very frustrating.
What if I did that? What if I didn't go crazy with that stack? And I went to boy, oh boy, Solak and Ibanez are both 2,200 and both second base.
Solak is in general always the better play.
But he's hitting seventh.
What?
But he's hitting seventh.
Yeah, I'm just telling you that he gets lower. He gets lower ownership, has more power, and will steal bases as well. Also is good against lefties. But I understand if you want to just keep your stack, whatever. But I wouldn't play as a one-off. I would absolutely, and I'm saying this, I'm backing up what I'm saying here because I do have Solak as a one-off. I do not have Ibanez.
Yeah.
But Christian Arroyo is probably the answer if you can find a way to do that.
That's what I have right now. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Misunderstood.
I was trying to figure out a way to upgrade from him. That was going to do something different. Now I'm going to keep that. Yeah, I think I'm going to just hold on to that. Is Ahmed a decent one-off or?
I don't love it as a one-off personally, but I don't think it's like terrible or anything. It's just not what I would like to do personally.
Well, how about this? Who's a better one-off? Ahmed, or if you could afford it, Ahmad Rosario.
I think Ahmed Rosario is a great play in stacks and as a one-off. So, Brandon Crawford's the other one I didn't talk about either too. I love Brandon Crawford. Yeah. I really need to figure out what's happening next time. I'm gonna have to go in a minute, guys, because I need to get this. I got a bunch of lineups out there today. Is there any other questions before I get out of here?
Yeah, I have another one. What do you think of Escobar from Washington? You don't think that much of that?
No, I mean that's like a borderline stack play. Like, I mean,
okay, I just didn't know.
Yeah, he's yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he doesn't hit, so that doesn't help. You mind if I jump out of here, guys? You mind if I jump out of here?
I'm leaving in 5 minminutes myself. So.
Oh, okay. So the Schwarber already, I would say that at 4,500 or less, it's a really weird range actually, because at 4,700, because I actually don't like the 4,700-ish players. I do. Mitch Haniger at 4,400 is the best play there. And I think if you want to leave a little bit on the table, I don't think Stanton or Gallo as one-offs are none of the or Grisham either. None of those guys, but especially Stanton and Gallo, I think are really, really solid one-offs that no one's going to play. So.
I have a question for you though. I want to go back to this for just a minute. I'm comparing one-offs, Rosario and Ahmed. I'm worried that
I don't think they're close.
But yeah, so let me ask you this. I'm worried that if I play Rosario, I'm just picking up a lot of these Cleveland stacks that are going to be out there.
There's a lot of ways to stack Cleveland is what I would say to that.
Whereas I think if I played Ahmed, I'm going to be all by myself with him. Well, I'm not going to be all by myself with him, right? He's got to be on batting leadoff, right?
Yeah, and he's 3,300. There's a big difference in the price. I mean, personally, I have
I have 1,000 extra. I can spend it.
Yeah, I have 58% Rosario. I mean, look, you're definitely getting different. I think what I would say is, like, even whether or not this play is right, I think it's an unnecessarily cute play.
To do what?
In this size tournament field, you have a couple hundred people to beat. It's not like you're trying to beat.
Which play is the cute one? To play Rosario or Ahmed?
Oh, Ahmed. But okay. And leaving money on the table for Rosario.
Oh, okay. There we go.
I think Rosario is a significantly better play. I also think Didi Gregorius might be the answer to your questions.
I thought of that too.
That's the one who stands out to me better as a one-off without getting all the Cleveland stuff. All right, I have to run, guys. I'm sorry about this.
I got to run too then. That's all right. Let me just double check this. This is that one last question. So either Didi or Rosario. Didi, and that avoids that ownership. Okay. And at least 500 on the table. All right, that's good enough for me. All right, let me look and see if we get some questions here. Spectacular news from football. From football. Okay. I trust you. That's a big deal. What's up, Ups? Well, what's different? I think Big Ups. I think what's different today is because I know that he's really big on the Texas, and there's actually a very big lineup, a discrepancy between what this team is releasing and what the websites are putting out as starters. So I think he just wants to make sure that that he has it right. I don't think that's particularly obtuse. You can just see something. That's one. Okay, these are all pretty good scores. DeChambeau is now -4. Okay, so he finished -4. That's good. Rahm -8. Casey -4. Henley was only even. Grillo -5. Wise -3. Okay. Take any more questions here? When Texas chalk, it's an easy fade. All right, sounds good to me. Let me just go over what my ownerships are in case anybody gives a crap, and then I'm going to get out of here. As far as pitching goes, as I mentioned before, in my big lineup, I actually don't have any Scherzer, but overall, I have a whole bunch of Scherzer and a whole bunch of Mikolas, actually. Those are my 2 highest owned pitchers. God help me, I guess. And then with respect to hitting, looks like I got a lot of St. Louis. Yeah, so St. Louis is probably my highest owned hitting stack. But again, I don't know how it worked out this way, but in my bigger buy-ins, I'm going a different route. My bigger buy-ins, I'm actually double paying down a pitcher, and I'm getting up to like the Red Sox. So that's that. And then on FanDuel, I can just show you my build over there. So on FanDuel, we have I'll just show you. We have pitcher, Scherzer, actually pretty well spread out between Scherzer, Kikuchi, Sale. Actually, if you rank them by exposure, Scherzer, then Kikuchi, Sale, Corbin. I got everybody. Got a whole bunch of dudes over there. All right. I wish I could hang around here to go back and forth with you. But yeah, thank you, Drac. Let's get this W, or at least, let's just, make some good decisions and let the baseball gods do their thing. All right, good luck, everybody.